Just after 10 o'clock this morning, 4 of the 5 persons charged with the murder of Pastor Llewellyn Lucas on July 15th appeared before Magistrate Anderson in the Belmopan Magistrates Court to answer to additional charges. The men were read the charges, which entailed 2 counts of kidnapping and 2 counts of unlawful imprisonment. Prosecuting this morning's arraignment was Assistant Commissioner of Police Chester Williams.
Just arraigned Mr. William Mason and the other persons who had been charged with him in respect to the kidnapping of Mr. Friesen and his wife, which took place in May of this year. There was no difficulties. As the prosecutor in the matter, I ensured that I crossed my T's and dot my I's before I came to court and ensured that everything was in order. And so everything just flowed this morning.
The charges are the result of a statement given by a Mennonite businessman, Lloyd Friesen, who claims that he and his wife Rosie were kidnapped and held against their will on May 31, 2016 by Mason. Reports are that the incident was the result of a business deal gone wrong over a shipment of corn from abroad that Mason was to reportedly arrange to have imported. A 5th person was to be arraigned today on the kidnapping charges, but he did not appear to court as was agreed to. ACP Williams explained.
Mr. Ryan Rayburn is a part of the charge in respect to this matter. His name is on the court book. And from what I have been briefed by the investigator, is that Mr. Panton, who represents Mr. Rayburn, had promised that he would have been here this morning with Mr. Rayburn for him to have been arraigned. But unfortunately, that did not occur. So we will have to continue to look for Mr. Rayburn and have him arraigned in respect to this matter. I believe that he should have been arraigned long ago, but because of difficulties that the prosecutor had then arraigning him, he was released by the magistrate. So I was expecting to have him here today so that we could go through that matter, myself and Mr. Panton, in court before the magistrate and let the magistrate decide whether or not we have sufficient to have arraigned him.
As we had reported yesterday in our newscast, Mason's wife, Melissa Ferguson, was charged after she handed in herself on Monday, August 8th. The charges came as a surprise, as her attorney Richard Dickey Bradley explained.
On the allegation of a conspiracy to commit kidnapping, the laws of this country allows you to grant bail to any person accused of that crime. Our freedom is sacrosanct. You don't punish people because the police say, oh, he never come in as quick as he could have come in. Bail is not to punish anybody. Melissa Ferguson is saying over and over, and the other liars can bear that out, she's 100% innocent. She took part in no kind of conspiracy. And she will apply to the Supreme Court and ask a judge of that court to grant her her freedom so she could quickly get on her farm and she could go on with her business.
Love News had spoken to the CEO in the Ministry of Agriculture, Jose Alpuche, who told us that there was no application submitted for a permit, nor was a permit given for the shipment of corn. William Mason, Ashton Venegas, Ernest Castillo, and Terence Fernandez are to reappear in court on November 10th for disclosure.